It's the most wonderful time of the week. Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here, and we are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Sunday, September 25th slate of NFL action. Man, I'm super excited to dive into it. We have a great slate of NFL today. Man, I love almost every single game. Obviously, I can't pick every single game, but I did end up finding some plays that I really liked. We do also have a King's kill shot play of the day. Yes, I'm super excited for it. But before we go ahead and dive into that, I did just want to go ahead and say we are still currently on the road to 7,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure that you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Next, I did just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do, and thank you guys so much for giving such a small channel such a big chance, as I always say. It truly does mean the absolute world to me, so much more than you guys will ever know. So, before we go ahead and dive into a quick recap as of Thursday, which we actually did pretty well on Thursday, but before we dive into that, I did just want to go ahead and say that I have a quick announcement. So, my first official fantasy basketball video is going to be going live as of Tuesday. So as of today, you guys do have the Sunday video for Sunday football. Then we have the Monday night football tomorrow. And then we do have the first fantasy basketball video of the year. So not this upcoming week, but the week after, I'm going to be scheduling videos so that way we do have content coming out every single day. So make sure that you guys do turn on that notification bell. So I am super excited to dive into it. But before we go ahead and dive into the recap, just a quick word here from us. This video is brought to you by PrizePicks. If you guys don't currently have a sports book that you do use, or if you do have one and you're just looking for something new, PrizePicks is a great way to get started. As you guys can see here on the screen, we are able to bet on pretty much every single sport that you can think of. We have MLB, we have the NFL, as of right now is the preseason, we have college football, we even have things like CSGO and some esports as well. And obviously, as you guys know, I'm a huge NBA guy, so once the NBA season does come around, you guys will be able to bet on player props from there as well. PrizePicks is very easy to use. I do love the no-run first innings, and that is something that you can go ahead and bet on here on PrizePicks as well. It's an absolutely fantastic app and website as well. So if you guys haven't already signed up for PrizePicks, make sure that you guys do that and use code KingSanders, and you can go ahead and get a deposit match bonus of up to $100. So the way that it does work is you go ahead and pick a couple here. So I'm just going to, for the sake of the video, say that the White Sox and the Orioles tomorrow are going to have a no-run first inning. The Toronto and Boston and the Cincinnati and Philadelphia are all going to have no-run first inning. Basically what I would do, I would go ahead and click less for all of these and do what is called a power play, which is basically the same as a parlay. All three legs do have to hit in order for the bet to actually cash out. On the flip side of things, you can also do a flex play. The flex play basically means if you do get one of the legs wrong, that's perfectly fine. You can still win some money. So PrizePicks is a great way to be able to win some money using player props and things of that nature to be able to win some money. So you can put together a bunch of different legs to win out some pretty big money. So once again, make sure you guys do use code KingSanders for whenever you do sign up. You will get a deposit match bonus of up to $100. And once again, thank you so much, PrizePicks, for sponsoring today's video. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we will do a quick recap as of Thursday. We ended up going 2-1 on the day, so we ended up doing pretty well. Nothing that I can really complain about. So we did end up having the under on the game. Definitely was a tough one, but you know, it is what it is. I guess I kind of get it. I thought that both of these offenses didn't necessarily play great. I really thought that there was going to... I feel like the defenses really gave up a lot of those points. I don't think the offenses... They obviously had to earn them in some way, shape, or form, but I think that the defenses really kind of let these two down. So, you know, it is what it is. But then we did have Kareem Hunt over 9.5 rush attempts. The line ended up moving throughout the day to 10.5. He still hit the over on that one. So it was definitely a no sweat whatsoever. There was a lot of rush attempts in this game. Ended up working out for us. And then we had the Browns, -4 versus the Steelers, and that one actually ended up working out as well. They ended up winning by like 12, I think. So it was a pretty good game overall. The Browns ended up taking care of business. The Steelers just kind of looked lost out there. I don't really know exactly what's going to be going on over there in Pittsburgh and how they're really going to be dealing with it, but that's not really my issue. I'm just here making bets. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into today's plays. So for our first play of the day, We're going to be taking an under. We're going with the 49ers and the Broncos under 44.5 at minus 110 odds. Now, I like this play for a couple different reasons. First things first, Jimmy G is listed back in the lineup as his first game back officially, as a starter, back into the lineup here for the 49ers. Now, this could take some time to be able to gel. I know that mostly he has been the quarterback one for the last couple of years, but I still think that it may take a little bit of time to be able to truly develop. They had 2 games with Trey Lance, and Trey Lance is a much different quarterback than Jimmy G, so I do think it might take a little bit of time to readjust back to Jimmy G, and let's be honest, the Broncos, they have really struggled. They have actually only scored 16 points in each of their first 2 games so far this season. So it's not like their offense has been great. It's actually been really bad, especially with Russell Wilson. I guess I really thought it was going to be a lot better. But, it is what it is. And the spread is only minus 1.5 here for the 49ers. So regardless of what the outcome is, the odds makers expect this game to be a very, very close one. So I think that it can stay close. I think that the under has a really good shot to hit. Also, the 49ers, they do have an elite defense. Now, I know that in the first week, they really didn't show that. They kind of got blown out, and there's no questioning that. But in week 2, they started to really show their true colors. And they, in the week 1, even though they did technically lose the game, it was a very fluky game. It was the rain game versus the Bears. I mean, there was something different about that. And in week 2, they were really able to show up and take care of business. So I think that they definitely can. And the Broncos, they have also only given up 17 and 6 points in each of their first 2 matchups so far this season. I know they haven't been against fantastic opponents versus the Seahawks, and I believe it was the Texans. I don't know. I don't have it in front of me, so I do apologize. But I think it was those 2 teams. Definitely not great offenses, but the fact that they did still hold them to pretty low point totals shows me that they have a very good chance. So I do like this play quite a bit. That's going to be our first play of the day. 49ers and the Broncos under 44.5 at minus 110 odds. Now for our second play of the day, it's going to be a player prop. We're taking J.K. Dobbins under 53.5 rushing yards versus New England at minus 115 odds. Now I know J.K. Dobbins, a great running back, but the problem is this is going to be a season debut. And despite it being a season debut, he's coming off a massive injury. He had a torn ACL, LCL, meniscus, and hamstring. That's a lot of injuries. It's not like it's just one injury. It's not like it's just an ACL, and he's been out for, I know he's been out for quite some time, but it's not like he's been fully rehabbed. It's not like he's been, just had a bunch of extra time to be able to take care of business. I think that they're really going to limit his touches until he's fully healthy. And it's not like he's the only running back option here on this Ravens offense. Obviously, they do have Kenyon Drake. They ended up picking up Kenyon Drake here in the offseason. They do also have Mike Davis and Justice Hill. I know that those guys don't get a whole lot of touches, and let's be honest, they do still have Lamar Jackson. So it's not like they just have a couple guys that can run the football. Lamar takes 99% of the rushing attempts. They also picked up Kenyon Drake, like I said. So they have other pieces. It's not going to be just J.K. Dobbins. And New England is an elite rush defense. They have the 4th fewest rushing yards through the first 2 weeks with an average of 78 rushing yards per game. And let's be honest, Lamar takes probably close to 50 of these. So I definitely think that it is going to be a tough task for Dobbins to be able to hit this over at 53.5. So we're going to be riding with it. That's going to be our second play of the day. J.K. Dobbins under 53.5 rushing yards versus New England at minus 115 odds. Now for our third play of the day, we're going to be taking the Packers plus 1.5 here versus the Bucks at minus 110 odds. I don't mind the money line. I will be completely honest. I do think that the Packers win this game. And I know that the Buccaneers, they're coming off of a 2-0 start. They have been really, really solid. But Packers, they are coming off a bounce-back win versus the Bears. Obviously, they did not have a very good performance in Week 1 versus the Vikings, but in Week 2, they showed what they can truly do versus the Bears. The Bears are obviously not a very good team, but they did get some momentum going with that game. In Tampa Bay, they are 2-0, but they have only scored 20 or fewer points in both of those games. So it's not like they're scoring a ton of points. And I think that Aaron Rodgers is going to be able to keep up. I really do. And I think he can go ahead and win this game. The over-under is only set to 42. So I do think that there is a good chance that this game does stay pretty close. But I think that the Packers can prevail in this one. I also don't think that Tom can win this game in a shootout type game versus Aaron Rodgers if he doesn't score at least 20 points, which he hasn't done in the first 2 weeks. So if that's the case, I love my chances here with Aaron Rodgers. I think that he can definitely get it done. And let's be honest, Tom Brady is going through a lot of stuff with his wife. I mean, he's apparently not practicing anymore on Wednesdays or something like that. He is also, his wife is technically moved out from the rumors and stuff. So, I mean, that has to be affecting him in some way. It's not like he's just going to, swoop that off. I think that it is taking a little bit of a toll on him. So, I think that the Packers can go ahead and win here in this game. I think that it's a really good spot here for the Packers to keep that momentum going that they had in week 2 as well. So that is going to be our third play of the day. Packers plus 1.5 here versus the Bucks at minus 110 odds. Now for our Kings kill shot play of the day. I'm super excited. If you guys are new, the Kings kill shot play of the day is basically my lock of the day. So this is going to be my favorite, absolutely favorite play of the entire slate. So my Kings kill shot play of the day. We're taking the Rams minus the 3.5 here versus the Cardinals at minus 110 odds. Now, I know that the Cardinals are coming off of a great comeback win here versus the Raiders, but that's it right there. Comeback win. And I think that the Cardinals, they're a weird team because they look absolutely fantastic in one half, and then in the second half they look really bad, or vice versa. And I don't think that they can do that versus the Rams. The Rams are a very solid team from top to bottom. They're not going to be able to take plays off. They're not going to be able to look good in one half, look terrible in the other. They're just not going to be able to do that. So I do think that this is a really good spot here for the Rams. Also, in week 1 of the Rams, they got absolutely smoked. There's no questioning that whatsoever. But I think this is the definition of what a Super Bowl hangover is truly, because after that they had a really good week in week 2. I think they ended up beating the Falcons by a touchdown or something or close to it. But I think that they can keep it going. I really do. They ended up getting a win as of last week. I think it's going to be some momentum carried over. And Cardinals, if you take a look at them, they got pounded week 1 by the Chiefs. And in week 2, they barely squeak out an overtime win here versus the Raiders. So I just don't trust this Cardinals team. I don't think that this team is really that great. I think that the Rams are going to be picking up speed now. I think that Matthew Stafford, the more that he plays and the more time that he has to rehab that arm, I think that it's only going to be beneficial here for the Rams. So I really do like this spot here for the Rams. So we're going to be riding with it for my Kings kill shot play of the day to try to bring us to 2-0 on the entire year. That is going to be our fourth and final play of the day. Rams minus 3.5 here versus the Cards at minus 110 odds. So that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, we are still currently on the road to 7,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure that you guys do like, comment, subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. But that's pretty much going to do it for me. This is King Center signing out. Peace.